So Finance and Felony came out the other day for GTA Online, and a lot of people are saying that this has been the best DLC we've gotten yet. However, I don't really agree with them. Now, don't get me wrong, this update has been really cool, and I enjoyed this update a lot. And keep in mind, all of this content has been free from Rockstar Games. I haven't charged just a dime for this content. And a lot of people will argue that they make everything overpriced, people will buy shark cards, but I don't really agree with that because I've made 50 million playing Heist, and that's not really no life in the game either. Like every other day I'll play like an hour, play a Heist like once a day or something, you know what I mean? It only takes like an hour to do it. So if you have free time or something, hell, even if you just play Heist on the weekends, you can still make money and save up for DLC and GTA Online. It's not that hard. So for everyone who wants to say that Rockstar is making, everything expensive that way people buy shark cards, so therefore the DLC isn't really free because you have to buy shark cards, it's a fucking load of bullshit, alright? But going on, this DLC was really great. They did make one fix to an issue I had that was very annoying on the PC version, which was that when you're like using your weapon wheel, there's like a lot of weapons in your inventory, right? And on console, you could just drop those weapons and they'd be gone from your inventory forever. Over on PC, if you transferred your character over, there was a bug to where those weapons would be stuck in your inventory forever, so you could never get rid of any weapons. You'd have to scroll through your weapons every time you got into a new session, or every time you bought ammo or anything, or if you went into a vehicle and swapped through to get to your AP pistol, you have to go past the micro Uzi. So that way when you're on foot and you go back to your weapon wheel, the micro Uzi is there instead of a combat MG. It was a whole mess. And Rockstar fixed this by allowing us to have a gun cache when you buy a building for a couple $1 million, that is. And once you buy a building and go to your gun cache, you can store weapons there, so that way when in the street, you only have the weapons that you selected. So if you only want to have a combat MG and you want to have a micro Uzi, you can put the micro Uzi away and you won't have that in your inventory until you go back and pull it out. And so on and so forth with other weapons. So that was a really nice thing they did. I really did enjoy that part because it really just did make everything a lot easier when playing. I don't have to use macro keys anymore every time I join a lobby. I don't have to readjust my weapon wheel every time I get out of a car. And they also gave us some drum magazines for a couple weapons, which is actually really nice. I use it on the G36 and the AK-47U. So that combined, having a 100-round AK-47U while using a bike, that's pretty useful. And they also give us a lot of things like new cars, and new supercars are actually balanced. They're not like, really slow or too fast. They're actually really balanced and competitive with the other cars in their class. Bruffy made a video on this. If you haven't seen the video yet, I'll have it linked in the description below. It's a very good video. If you want to know anything about stats to do with cars and racing in GTA, you should definitely check out Bruffy's channel, by the way. I always watch his videos before buying supercars, or any car for that matter, in a DLC. But there was a lot of nice things added to this DLC. We had adversary modes, new clothing, tons of stuff. I'm not going to go down the list of everything added in this DLC. GTA series already made a video on everything, so if you haven't seen it, just go watch their channel. But I do have a problem with this DLC because the main part, like yes, there's cars and stuff, and that's the main part for most people, but the main part, the biggest thing of this DLC, the meat and potatoes of it, was the whole thing about stealing drugs or buying drugs and then, selling them out of your warehouse and whatnot, and making millions of dollars and becoming a CEO and stuff like that, buying a private jet, having these new vehicles. The whole point was to make money, basically. It's all focused around money. But the problem is that the payouts are shit. Like, if you want to fill up a warehouse, even like 2 racks, you can make like $500,000 if you sell like a rack and a half worth of product. You can make $500,000. However, it'll take you 8 to 10 hours of playing to get that much to actually sell. And keep in mind, you have to give millions of dollars to become a CEO and buy property to store this stuff in and to plan your shit out before you even get to make money. Well, let's say you sell product for $500,000 and it took you 8 hours to get all that. Never mind that it takes you too long to do that and you could play Heist and get more money and way less time. But everyone else that helped you, they get fucked over in the sale because the maximum they can get is like $10,000, I think. I sold $480,000 worth of product and all of my teammates got $5,500 each. That's it, $5,000. After playing and grinding with me for 8 hours. That is a load of bullshit, and you cannot give them money. Combine that with the fact that if you want to get like $500,000, it takes you like 8 hours to get that much product. It's not really worth playing it. You have a better time playing Heists. You can do pack standard in under an hour and make a lot of money doing it. If you split the take 40, 20, 20, 20, and you play on the hard difficulty giving you more cash, the host gets like $500,000 and everyone else gets like $300,000 to $400,000 each at the end of it within an hour. And you can do that over and over again. So if you play Heist for 8 hours straight, you'll have like $4 million if you're the host. As to where you can play, in free roam and just get all this, drugs and stolen goods for 8 hours, and you'll make like $400,000 instead of $4 million. Playing this is not really worth your time. You'll have a better time playing Heist because you'll actually be making money to buy the new supercars. This will not make you that much money. Well, it will if you want to invest the time in it. And that's not even counting the fact that there is no retries. If something gets destroyed, it gets destroyed and you lose. Players can come and take your shit and then destroy it. And if you're in a big, populated lobby, it's a pain in the fucking ass to actually get your shit to the warehouse. So the main part of this DLC, which is to be making money, is shit. It was a missed opportunity. It was a wasted effort, to be honest. Now, what Rockstar could do in the future is to make everything worth a little bit more money, try to make it at least competitive with heists, so that way people would rather play in free roam than to go play heists, and also give the CEO an opportunity before he sells anything to set the percentages like he would in heists for everyone else that helped him do this, for everyone that's helping him sell it. So that way at the end of the sale, if I sell, you know, $1 million worth of product, my teammates don't only get like $20,000 or $10,000. But at the end of the day, as the game is right now, it's a lot more efficient to play pack standard. And for that reason, I really can't suggest you buying any of the properties in this update, unless you want to get the gun cache, but it will still cost you a lot of money just for that gun cache option. Now if you already have money, you just want to buy a building just to have it and see what it's like and buy a warehouse, that's fine. But don't expect to be making millions of dollars in it, or don't expect your friends that's helping you to make any money from it at all, because your friends will not make any money, and they'll probably get pissed off at you for making them waste their time. So Finance and Felony was a wasted opportunity. But like I said before, Rockstar could release an update or a patch or a hotfix that changes a lot of these values and makes it worth playing. But as it sits right now, it is not worth playing. Everything in the update was good. Everything was high quality. It's not shit or rushed or anything like that. And everything was free, mind you. The update was free, and there's a lot of nice cars and additions to the GTA Online. But the main part of this, the whole thing about buying buildings and, you know, buying product and selling it and buying warehouses and, you know, making a big empire and buying properties as if you were Tommy Vercetti like in Vice City, it just doesn't work, man. It's not worth the time. Hopefully Rockstar realizes this and fixes it though, because there's been a lot of people saying that. There's been a lot of people complaining about the cuts and how, you know, people are only getting $5,000 for selling $500,000 worth of product. That's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment sections down below. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will see you on the next one.